What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly, for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support. So guys, today I'm going to tell you exactly what it is happening here in Kenya. And Kenya, it has been trending online for the last 3 days. For the last 3 days, Kenya, it has been trending online, and it is because of the Kenyan youth. So the Kenyan youth, they have come out large in number to protest the government against the financial bill of 2023-2024 that the government want to pass through the parliament. And also the youth now, we are calling them the Gen Z. If you have ever seen the videos are going online of the Gen Z, that it is the generation, it is the youth protesting against the government. That's why they have been given that name, Gen Z. So Z, it is now to nullify or to reject this bill that government want to pass through the parliament, so that they can implement the new taxes. So the reason why the youths are protesting against the government, it is because the government, it has refused to listen to the voice of the people. And they always say the voice of the people is the voice of the God. So our president, that it is William Samoei Ruto, he has refused to listen to the youth, because he is forcing the people, the members of parliament, to pass the financial bill that the people, they have rejected. You can see how this is bad. The government, the leader, the president, who is leading the country, he wants so badly to pass this financial bill that the people, the majority of the people, all Kenyans, they are protesting against this bill. But the president, he doesn't want to nullify or to drop down or to reject this financial bill. And that's why people, they have come out to protest all over the country. They have protest, and some of them, some of the youths also, they have lost their life. Like yesterday, they have killed around 10 people, and a lot of 22 or 23 youths, they have injured. Right now they are in hospital. And also they have killed like 10 people. You can see how this thing, it is so bad. The people, they are losing their life. The Kenyans youth, they are losing their life because they don't want this financial bill. You can imagine, they have come out with this financial bill. They have increased a lot of tax. They are even introduced some of the tax which it was not there, and people, they are not happy because of this financial bill. So guys, I don't want to talk much. I want you to listen and to watch this video that I'm going to play it for you.
A short response to William Ruto. Mr. William Ruto, Kenyans have rejected you. They have rejected you in their millions. They have rejected you from Mandera to Mombasa, from Kisumu to Kakamega to Busia to Turkana. They have rejected you in Nairobi and all the cities and towns and villages of Kenya. This is not a small thing, and it is not something that has happened before. Kenyans of all generations, all ages, have rejected you, William Ruto. It is not just the Gen Zs. It is not just the millennials. It is not the so-called criminals that, quote, infiltrated the protests. The protests that have been taking place in Kenya, from coast to coast, from north to south, east to west, have been peaceful and have been led by well-educated, articulate, focused, and disciplined Kenyans. They made a very simple demand that you should have met. They say, withdraw Finance Bill 2024. You could have done that last week. You ought not to have tabled it in Parliament, because this is an alien anti-people bill, which was drafted by the IMF and the World Bank in Washington. It's not our bill. Kenyans are taxed to death. You've turned Kenya into an outlier state that kneels before the Western world. You thought you could loot Kenya, just like your predecessors have done. And we have said no. Listen to us. And we are not begging, we are making demands. And we are saying if you don't withdraw Finance Bill 2024, and if you don't resign, we will remove you from power.
This is a message to the Kenyan government. The one thing you have failed to realize about this generation is that we view things very differently. Not only do we see your manipulation, but we also see you gaslighting us into believing that the decisions you are making are best for us when really it is best for you and your pockets. Not only do we see you disrespecting our rights, for example, the right to protest peacefully, you have already killed 2 people and injured multiple others. We see how greedy you are and how willing you are to steal from those who already have close to nothing. And unlike all the generations that came before us, we don't believe that we have to suffer to thrive in life. We will also not accept anything and everything you have to give. To the Kenyan government, I guess somewhere along the lines, along all the generations, you can say that our noses got stronger because we can smell the bullshit from a mile away. It may have worked then, but trust and believe it's not gonna work now.
So I'll use this to deliver a message to the President of the Republic of Kenya. This is a message from Generation Z, Gen Zs, Millennials, and Gen Alphas who will start voting in 2027. I am going to read verbatim. Mr. President, this is a message from the young generation. We know you are very eloquent. We have heard your sweet tongue for the last many years. We are tired of listening to your lies. On the matter of sustainability of the demonstrations, for as long as the finance bill in its current form continues to be debatable, we, the youths of this country, do not need financial assistance to show up, to make noise, to use tools and resources close to us to express our displeasure and dissatisfaction. We will stop protesting when you categorically drop your demonic bill. Final message: we are going to make you the first and only one-term president of the Republic of Kenya. Be ready. We are sending you home in 2027, and you will never step into country politics. Mr. William Samoei Ruto, receive our message. Thank you very much, sir.
Youths, they have just come out in numbers and to tell you exactly what it is happening. So watch these videos from our Kenya youths, our Kenya's brothers and sisters, who they are ready to fight for this financial bill so that we can all reject this financial bill.
Why do you want to play with the minds of Kenyans? Why do you introduce the tax on transportation of sugarcane? Why do you introduce taxation on 16% on bread? You want to attract the emotion of the Kenyans and you retreat, but then you have another agenda on that. That's why, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to ask this House that now we cancel all this bill, we go back to the budget, we start now from there, we see we cut off, and then we start from the scratch. But this matter of bringing another new finance bill when the Kenyans are still struggling with the previous finance bill is like we members of parliament, we are doomed. We are doomed. Members of parliament, we are doomed.
Yani this man right here, this man had the nerve to get on national television and say that Kenyans now know what a finance bill is. Like how, mbono msana tubeba ufala? Like, doesn't he understand that millennials and Gen Zs are Kenya's most highly educated generations ever? And also Kenya's highest unemployed generation ever. I swear, as soon as I clocked him sitting on Porter's chair, an African president sitting on Porter's chair, I knew that his trip to the US had some shady dealings written all over it. And then this particular relationship brewing between him and President Macron, I honestly don't understand how this man will be out here taxing Kenyans heavily while still using taxpayers' money to go on these glorious trips around the world, visiting heads of state who by the way have not been kind to their former colonies, okay, the former African colonies, asking for more money. I mean, just make it make sense. To make matters worse, he is doing the same very thing 10 times worse than what he was calling out his predecessor for doing. Like, Ruto, ni nini mbaya? I don't understand. This man wants to tax basic amenities, bread. He wants to tax, diapers, sanitary pads. I know they did the amendment, but still, we do not want the amendment. We want the entire finance bill scrapped and made from scratch. This man wants to tax people who are over 25, which affects me. He wants to tax unemployed youth. Oh, sometimes you just sit here and you just wonder, you're just like, wow, what a fucking world we live in. What a fucking world we live in. And this man is out here selling us to the entire world, while the entire world watches us being sold by. And all of this is just because of the structural adjustments program, right? IMF giving us money, wanting us to raise more money, and him and his crew of thieves finding ways to raise extra money so that they can steal from us. Like, I don't understand.
We are not exempt from the laws of this country just because of our skin color. To the Indians living in Kenya about the finance bill for 2024. As an Indian living in Kenya, we always say, Kenya is our country. We are also Kenyans. Right now is your time to show how Kenyan you actually are. So many Indians within the Kenyan community are so ignorant of the finance bill because we feel like it will not affect our lives just because we are not the average citizen. You cannot say you are Kenyan just for the name of it. That no longer slaps. My reminder to my fellow Indian Kenyans, if you are as Kenyan as you say you are, Kenyan Indians, please join in, amplify your voice, share as much information as you can, pick up your phone, educate yourself, educate people around you, and I promise you, you will be doing justice for this country. You don't want to attend protests? Fine. Sympathize more with Kenyans. Sympathize more with the people who are actually being affected by this finance bill. And Kenyan Indians, it's time to get off our high horse. It is time to change your perspective on what's happening in Kenya. These taxes are not going to forgive you just because you're brown. Please understand that this finance bill of 2024 is going to affect everyone in the nation. To the women of the Asian community in Kenya, the pads are going to be taxed. You are being affected by this as well. To anyone who does grocery shopping, to anyone who fills their tank with fuel, this is going to affect your daily bread. And yes, you may have an abundance of money sitting in your father's bank account, but there's only so much that your father's money can do for you, okay? Which is why it's so important to stay informed on what's happening. #reject the finance bill of 2024. It's time for the Kenyan Indians to step up.
Narudi tena. Hawana kitu hawa. Guys, amerudisha.
Dear Mr. President, I'm speaking on behalf of my fellow Kenyans and my future as Generation Alpha on the Financial Bill 2024. And in my opinion, I'm thinking it should not be passed. Now, if you pass on the financial bill, many changes will happen, and these are not good changes. There are many people there struggling to put food on the table, and they are expected to pay taxes. This will make it difficult for them. There are already people on the street, and now if you continue the financial bill, you'll be adding more people. So we ask you to put yourself in your country's shoes, on the fellow Kenyans' shoes. and feel how would it feel if there's a president raising taxes. Before you joined politics, you used to be a local resident of Kenya, and how would you feel if the taxes were raised? And in 2022, during elections, when the candidates were given their chances to make a speech on how they're going to change Kenya if they were the president, one of your points were you're going to reduce the taxes, and that was mostly the main fact why people voted for you. Now that you have become president, people are starting to make second choices. We ask politely that you reduce the taxes and that the financial bill of 2024 will not be passed.
So guys, I hope you have watched that clips of our youth trying to pass the message so that our president can listen to us, because this is usually what happens when the government doesn't want to listen to the citizen, to the people who he is leading. So the government has now become a US puppet, because recently we know that our Kenya president William Ruto, he visited United States. He was welcomed very well, and also some people, they were saying, no, this William Ruto, the president of Kenya, he's betraying some of the African country. And for real, what I can tell you, it is now coming to light what exactly he went in United States to do, because after he has come to the country from United States, he has come out and start to implement some of the taxes which it is in United States. He has come out and started to implement here in Kenya. I think now this is to show you that he has become the puppet of United States. He is now being controlled from United States because he wants to do exactly what the United States are doing. He's forgetting that this is Africa. This is Africa. You cannot force the Africans to live like United States. You cannot introduce the taxes to the people here, and majority of them, they don't have jobs. You cannot tax them too much. And this is to show you that since he came out from United States, the people, he has come with a lot of rules that he wants the parliament to implement so that he can be benefited alone. He is forgetting that the people also, we want to benefit from the government. We want the government to work for us, not government to work for itself. And that's why people are ready to lose their life to see that we are making Kenya a better place for all of us. So you can imagine, like yesterday we were on the protest. I hope you have watched my recent video. And also Kenyans, we managed to occupy the parliament. Some of the Kenyans, the Kenyan youth, they break into the storm Kenya parliament. They went there. Luckily those people, the parliamentary, they were not there in the parliament, so the people, they have done some of the damages. I hope you have watched that video, and that it is to pass the message that it is the highest time that the Kenyan government should listen to its people. And this is what happened when the government, it is not working for the people. The government, it doesn't want to go to the will of the people. And this to remind that, Mr. President, we are the ones who elect you. We are the ones who give you that job. So you should do according to what we are saying. So guys, I don't want to talk too much. Kindly subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, share, and also comment. And that's to tell you that it is not over until it is over. So we are rejecting this finance bill. I hope you guys, you are supporting us, because they have started killing some of us. and they are firing live bullets. So kindly pray for us as we continue making Kenya a better place. Whatever you are watching me, kindly you can share this message with your brothers and sisters, and let's make Kenya a great place. Let's make Africa a great place. We don't want the leaders who will become a puppet from the other country. We don't want the West country to control Africa. We want Africa to grow by its own. We want Africa to be the better place for all people. So kindly guys, subscribe, like, share, and also comment. See you on my next one.